All right, welcome to this YouTube channel. This is IT on Demand. And thank you for following. Thank you for walking this journey along with me as we together learn Python. So in this video, what I want to quickly do is to show the Mac users, those who use the Mac system, how to install Python and how to install the IDEs we'll be using, that is PyCharm and VS Code. And just in case you're watching this video and you're a Windows operating system user, we already have a video on how to do all these things in Windows, so you can just take a look at that video. And I also want to appreciate your feedback. It's been very helpful in knowing what to do and the content to post. So in this video, let's just quickly dive into it. I assume that you have a web browser and I assume that you have an internet connection. Of course, that's the only way you're even watching this in any case. So the first thing you would want to do, recall that in the previous video where we had talked about the necessity for having Python installed before we can even code in Python, and how that we need IDEs to make our programs, writing our programs more efficient. So for us to use Python, we can just come here, or we come here, we do python.org. If we go to python.org, it takes us here. Scroll down and look for this latest. As at the time of this recording, the latest version is 3.12.2. So I click on that 3.12.2 and I scroll down again to where it tells me this. So I can see that this is macOS 64-bit Universal 2 installer, and this is for macOS. As you can see, this is for macOS 10.9 and later. So this is actually good enough for me. I'll click on this macOS X OS 64-bit here, and you can see it's done right here. As you can see, I'll just click on that link and it asks me to install. Of course, I already have Python installed, but I'm still going to install it anyways. I'll click continue. It shows me the install options. It says on Apple, it is possible to run Python either, blah, blah, blah. So what it essentially means is that Python comes installed with Mac. So for Apple Silicon Macs, it's possible for me to run, of course, which I use. So it's possible for me to use Python without even having to install it, because it already comes with it. So I don't need this, like I said, but just to show you how this works is why I'm doing this. So it asks for more questions. I click continue. It says to continue installing the software, you must agree to the terms. I agree. Once I'm done with that, it tells me the space it's going to take. I say okay, install, and then it asks me for my password. I type in my password here and I say install software. So once I do that, I wait for it to install, and once it's done installing, I would see this. So Python 3.12 is now installed. I can close that off and close this. So I can move this to trash. I don't need it. So we're done installing Python 3.12. So let's go ahead to install the next thing. The next thing we would want to install is, let's see, PyCharm. I'll just type in PyCharm here, and just by the side, I would do VS Code download here. Here, I'll click this download, and as you can see, we have those 3 operating systems, and you can see here. So what this does is that if I click on this, without having to choose any of these. I think it automatically just downloads the version that corresponds with my own system. So you can safely click on this download and it downloads for you. As you can see, this is it right here. I'll go over again to this place, but yeah, I'll go back. I want to download the Apple Silicon because that's what my own OS is. But just choose what works for you. If you're confused as to what to choose, just use the first one, which is the universal version, as you can see here. Okay, so to PyCharm, let's head over to PyCharm. You can see PyCharm Community Edition here. This is what we want. So click on that Community Edition. And as you can see here, we have this Community Edition. You can just ignore this. We have this Community Edition. Scroll, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling until you get to this point where you see download. And just take note that this is free. And the free one is actually enough for all that we want to do in this course. So I'll hit the button, download, and then it tells me download. Now you can see that this is pretty confusing because I don't want the professional. And if I didn't check this properly, I would have probably downloaded this, but this is not what I want. I want the PyCharm Community Edition, which is this one. So make sure you're downloading this one. Make sure you download the Community Edition, not the other one. So I look at this version. It has already chosen my system, Apple Silicon, and I just hit the button download, and it downloads that for me. And for the PyCharm, since I just downloaded it now, I can just click that button, and all I need to do here is just to drag this PyCharm into applications and leave it there. And once I do that, it prepares to copy that PyCharm to applications. So it's as simple as that. But of course, it has detected that I already have PyCharm existing. So I would say I want to replace it. Just let me update my PyCharm. So that's essentially how to install these tools that we will need for our Python development. So in the coming videos, or in the next video that I would put out here, we'll talk about how to set up the VS Code environment. And I will do that on the Windows, but whatever I do on Windows is also going to work on the Mac system. So this is just about installing certain extensions and just some other things like that we just need to put in place just to get things started properly. But that is all that we have for you. So thank you for watching. Please like the video if you feel it's helpful, and feel free to share this with anyone. And please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. And remember to turn on your notification bell so that you can always get notified. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.